guys, welcome back to my channel. This is not gonna work, this angle. Is that better? I feel like I look like George Washington today with my hair. Oh yeah. Hi. I wanted to sit down and do a 4-month postpartum update for you. It's like, what is a better representation than 4 months postpartum than me looking like a rat and just stuff everywhere. Let me push you back a little bit. So, oh no. No. 4 months, folks. 4 months. We are chugging along. So yes, I wanted to sit down and do my 4-month update postpartum. I will do his 4-month update after his doctor's appointment this weekend, and be able to sit down and kind of talk with you guys about this past month and like all his stats and stuff. I'm thinking by how heavy he feels that fingers crossed he's gained weight, because if you haven't, there's like hair everywhere. That's something like postpartum has started already, is the hair loss. Like my hair is just out in clumps. It's everywhere. My hair is everywhere. I try to vacuum so often because I just feel like my hair is everywhere. It's been falling out, like I said, in clumps. It's a lot. I need to take a breath. It's been a stressful morning. And if I seem scattered and stressed and a little frustrated, it's because I am all of the above. So, okay, let's chat about this past month. If you've been watching my vlogs, then you know that this past month was stressful, to say the least, because at his 3-month appointment, we found out he was only 10 pounds, and that sort of sent me into a bit of a spiral because I was like, clearly not giving him enough food, and at the time we were exclusively breastfeeding. So long story short, and now I am pumping and supplementing with formula. So we've gotten to this place now where I don't even know if you could call it a routine. I'm pumping every let's say 2 to 3 hours. I don't like to stretch it too much during the day because then my supply just tanks. And when I first found out that like he wasn't getting enough milk, you guys had said, and like then I was super stressed and my milk supply just like plummeted, and you guys were like, oh, you need like pump every 2 hours and pump throughout the night, because at the time like Theo has been sleeping through the night for a while now, like maybe 2 months, which is amazing. Like all my prayers answered. But when he was sleeping through the night, I wasn't feeding him through the night, which was, you know, obviously telling my body not to produce more milk. And so you guys were like, you need to pump during the night, essentially. And so I started doing that. I've been pumping anywhere, I'm usually pumping twice during the night. I'll go to bed anywhere from 8 to 9. It's like a real party over here. I'll get up to pump anywhere from 12:30 to 2:30, just depending. And then I'll get up again anywhere between let's say 4:45 and 6 to pump. So it's been tough. And being that this is my update, I will take the time now to, oh, Elsie's coming, to just lament for a second about how hard getting up in the middle of the night is. Elsie, please, off. When your baby is sleeping through the night and you cannot because you're pumping, it's a, you know, it sucks, not gonna lie, but I'm doing it. And yeah, I'm pumping every like 2 to 3 hours during the day. So then we're also supplementing on top with formula. And I after speaking with my aunt and the lactation consultant and the doctor, like everybody, we've come to the conclusion that I was just not producing enough milk for him at this age. It's very possible that at the beginning I was producing enough milk for him because he was so little and he didn't need a lot. But for 3 month and now like going into the 4 month, I'm not physically producing enough. And so that's why pumping has been so great, because I can see exactly how much I'm giving him and able to give him, and then I can supplement the rest with formula. And that's what we've been doing. I've been giving him Kendamil, and that's been going really well. And he's getting like, again, I'll talk about this more in his update, but he's been getting like maybe half or a little bit more than half breast milk. And then I have to fix my hair. I can't with how colonial I look. And then like the other half formula. Does that make sense? My brain is fried. My brain is fried. It's interesting too because I am so tired. So tired. But getting up in the middle of the night to pump when he is still sleeping is somehow, like, it almost feels worse than just getting up with him and breastfeeding. It is bizarre. It's bizarre. I think because my body's like, well, he's sleeping, and like, you're not getting up for your baby. You're just getting up. So like, I just feel worse is the point of that. If you are pumping and you're pumping throughout the night, tell me I'm not alone, because I get so frustrated and annoyed with myself at how tired I am, because both my kids actually sleep really well. And I mean, granted, they've both been waking up kind of early, so they'll go to bed at a great time, like 6:37, but then they're both up at like sometimes 5 a.m. and that's tough. So I don't know. I'd love to hear what your experiences are, and if you're experiencing something similar, if pumping during the night sucks for you as much as it sucks for me. Postpartum, what else am I going to talk about? I wanted to mention my scar, because that's been a cool change this past month. So up until this past month, I was saying that like the area was really tender, and like I still had that like sort of tingling nervy sensation, and my scar still looked very much like a scar, and still looked like, when I first had the C-section, I remember looking at my scar and looking at that whole like lower abdominal region, and it almost looked like a little, that the scar was folded over, and there was like a little shelf there. And I was like, okay, well, that's how it's gonna look forever now, and that's fine. But that's what I was fully expecting. And this past month, it's really healed, and I can see that like the skin, and I'm guessing like the fat or whatever's underneath the skin, the muscles, are starting to heal in a way that the scar is flattening out, which is really cool. I was fully expecting it, like I said, to be like a little shelf, or a little like, almost like for it to look tucked under for the rest of my life. And it's actually, look at that biggie one, it's actually flattening out. And the scar is so thin and so small. I've continued to be so impressed by what my doctor did. It looks so, it just looks so nice. And if the way it looks right now is how it looks for the rest of my life, then I will consider myself so incredibly lucky, because it just looks, it looks like a tiny little line, but there's no other, like the skin, the muscle underneath, like everything is just healing so beautifully, so beautifully. I still have a little bit of that numb tenderness around the scar, but it's not nearly as much as it was a month ago. And I don't really have that, like, I mean, I do a little bit, that like weird, no, I mean, if you've had a C-section, you know what I'm talking about. It's like that numb, sort of uncomfortable feeling, but it's gone down a lot, like a lot, which makes me so happy. It used to be like the whole region underneath my belly button, from like one side of my pelvis to the other, was like awkward and like felt awkward to the touch, and now it feels almost normal. It just feels tender now. So that's really good news. And weight wise, after my doctor's appointment, my GP, which I think most of you saw that video where my GP told me to lose weight, I try not to take that to heart, but of course I did, because I'm postpartum and I'm a woman, and like that was just rude. So it took me a few weeks to get over it. I feel like I'm finally in a place where I do feel over it. However, I am very aware that I need to be healthy and I need to be strong. In my last, I think my vlog before this video, I tweaked my back that morning, and luckily today it's fine. It's the day after and I'm fine. But that was a real sign to me that like I have not been taking care of myself, in that I haven't been working out. I've been doing little things here and there. I teach dance, and so like I'm active, but I need to actually work out. I need to like really strengthen up my body, because I have two boys. I have two little little children, and they're only getting bigger, they're only getting heavier, and Hugo is in that toddler stage now where he like spaghettis his body. So if I go to like grab his hand and like walk him to the bathroom to brush his teeth, he'll just, when I like hold his hand, he'll just spaghetti the rest of his body. So sometimes I end up having to like lift him up and carry him to the bathroom for bath time or to brush his teeth, and he's so heavy. And this little guy obviously like can't get up on his own and needs me to pick him up. So again, it's like I need to be strong for them. And so I'm looking into some Pilates classes in the area. I just find like Pilates and my body like get along really well, and especially after the C-section, I need to do some like supervised abdominal work. So here's to hoping that happens. And what else postpartum? I'm still taking my vitamins. I stopped taking all of the pumping and like milk enhancement supplements. I stopped taking them. I think it's interesting because I think during the time that I was taking them, I was really stressed. Isn't it the cutest thing I've ever seen? I was really stressed. So I think like the stress was kind of canceling them out. That being said, I didn't see a huge difference in my supply when I was taking any of the supplements. And after speaking with my aunt and other lactation consultants, I know, and like I knew this before, it just didn't, I don't know, it just, I was hearing it, but I wasn't really listening. And that is that everyone has a different milk capacity. So everyone has the ability to hold a different amount of milk. And that's just like biological. So you could eat as many lactation cookies as you want, take as many supplements as you want, but if you have a smaller capacity, then you're never gonna make more milk than your body can physically handle and physically make. Now, saying that you have a smaller milk capacity doesn't necessarily mean that you don't produce enough milk for your baby. It just means that you're probably having to feed your baby more often than someone who has a large capacity. Someone who in like one feeding can produce 6, 7, 8 ounces can probably space out their feedings more. That being said, because I have a smaller capacity and I'm not producing enough milk for my 3 or 4 month old, that's why we had to, what am I talking about? Where am I going with this? That's all just to say that this is my brain. If you guys were like hanging out with me all day, this is how my brain is. Let me also though talk about my thyroid, because that plays into like my brain and sort of the fog too. That's all just to say I'm not taking any supplements. I feel like we've gotten to the place where when I'm pumping, I am producing a decent amount. Again, it's never going to be enough to like satisfy this little hunger being at 4 months, but it's a good amount, and I just don't want to mess with it. I don't want to mess with it. So that's me, that's my body. That's why I stopped taking those supplements. Let's talk about my thyroid. So I had blood work done at my GP's office a month ago, and the blood work came back and my thyroid levels are low, like I said in that vlog, and it's genetic. And so I'm going to see my endocrinologist. You just woke up from a nap. You want in a lot. I'm going to see my endocrinologist in 2 weeks, and we'll talk about, I guess, what's gonna happen. Am I gonna be on medication? Am I not gonna be on medication? Does he just want to monitor it? My GP had also, pointed out my goiter, which like, hi, here's my goiter. My thyroid is very nodule, so there's a lot of like little nodes on it, and so I'll talk to him about that. Will I have to get another ultrasound on my thyroid, because it's been over a year since I got that thyroid ultrasound done, I believe. Or did I get one done while I was pregnant? I can't remember. No, I think it's been over a year since I got that ultrasound done. So yeah, I'll have so many more answers to the thyroid questions. That being said, I think I read somewhere that having hypothyroidism can affect your milk supply. And I think a few of you had even said in the comments of that thyroid video that you have hypothyroidism and it did affect your milk supply. So I'm thinking that also played a big factor into why he wasn't getting enough milk. Also, I was using the nipple shield, which can become a factor and can be a reason why babies aren't getting enough milk. So all those things combined, right? It was like all the things. I am experiencing all the things, and he's not getting enough milk, so like let's change course here. And I really appreciate how supportive you guys were over the past month, where I've really just been blurting everything. Like I've just been dumping everything onto you all, just telling you everything that's going on. And it's because it's been overwhelming. It's been a lot, and it's for me at least, it's like it doesn't matter if it's my first baby, my second baby, whatever. I feel like advice, I'm always gonna need advice. I'm always gonna need help from my friends. And so it means a lot to me that you all have been so receptive and so kind and so generous with your knowledge and your experience. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And really that's it for my body postpartum. I will show you my belly now. Okay, so here's my belly 4 months postpartum. I still have that line all the way up. Isn't that interesting? I never look at my belly. This is the only time. So it's like, oh, just discovering all this stuff with you guys. My belly button is still so dark. And yeah, can you see like all, that's not the scar, but it is numb there. Oh, it's so weird. I don't even like touching it, to be honest. From the side. And from the other side. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't been working out, so, but for 4 months postpartum after a C-section, I feel like it's pretty good. All right, guys, and that's it for my 4-month postpartum update. I will keep you updated with my thyroid and with our feeding. Right, honey? With your feeding? Yeah? We gotta make sure you get enough milk. We just gotta do whatever it takes. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video.